Hello. So it is a beautiful day. I feel like really lucky. I feel like I came back to Canada in perfect timing with the earth and with Mother Nature over here in the Western Hemisphere. And I just feel like I'm in a really good, I got really lucky with my timing because it's just beautiful, beautiful weather, which I'm really happy about. And I wanted to come on here. I hadn't brought my cards to do readings at the park for the past 2 days that I've been here, or I've been here now. I got here Thursday evening, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this is my fourth full day here. Time flies because you would have thought, I feel like I got here yesterday, but I've been here for 4 days now. And yeah, I wanted to come do some readings in the park. I just feel really good. Like, I love the sun is out. It's really warm weather. Again, I have to just emphasize, because at this point I am solid in believing that there is something going on with like weather apps, with just like weather, with the way that the weather is reported in general, and then as well as our windows and our like anything that you can look from the inside outward to the world. So even like your eyes, like there's some type of spell that is pretty powerful that changes our perception of what the weather is like and what it's like outside, that makes you more keen to stay indoors. And so there's just a need to really break that spell down by actively asserting your power to go outside, walk around, take like more than 5 minutes to really just be outside and decide for yourself whether this is weather that you would like to be in or not. Kids, I think, don't get affected by it so much, but I think if you're like older than 16, it's pretty powerful. And so I just have to say, like, now every time I film a video, I'm just like, go outside, go outside, go outside, because it's important that you decide for yourself. Don't waste all of spring, staying inside because you're thinking it's still kind of gloomy, when really you've just missed out on a beautiful day outside. So I just wanted to say that. Yeah, like, look at all these cards. It's all outside, and when I was talking about it, it was the Five of Swords that came out. But my intention for doing this reading is, I think I want to, because I've been getting a lot of clarity, and it's funny because clarity always comes in the way where it's like it was things that you already knew, but it's just confirmed to you in a way that's a lot more serious, or that you just feel more grounded within. Like, so for me, I've received a lot of clarity around the fact that I know that I want to be, I know I want to be a mom. And it was interesting because for a time I did have a different, I wasn't sure. I went through a period of like being like, I'm not sure. And it changed my relationship with wanting to be a mother, because before it was almost like this obsession, and like my whole purpose in life would be surrounded by me being a mother, and that's how I would get any happiness or joy out of my life. And then I went through this period of being like, I could do without it, and that was really like weird for me because I've never felt that way before. And now I'm back into wanting to be a mother a lot, but it's completely different. Like, I could still live a life without being a mom, and I wouldn't like die, but it's something that I do desire. And so that's a huge shift for me personally, and I just wanted to come in and film a video, and maybe this might become a series or not. We're really going with the flow in terms of what we end up sticking with. But I thought it would be kind of nice to film a video following like the soulmate journey, or just the life partner journey, because I think that is something that a lot of us desire. A lot of us desire partnerships that are long lasting and that are that feed our souls and that remind us of what life is all about and that nourish us. But it's a journey to get there, and many of us are still waiting to meet people and to figure out how to create long-lasting relationships and figure out what we need to do to be ready for the type of relationship that will last a lifetime, or however long it needs to last. Hi. So I wanted to just film a video kind of following that journey, one, so that we could just track what it's like right now between different people, and where all of our journeys are, how aligned we all are, and just go into where our partners are at and kind of just mark history, because I think that we're in an interesting time where we have the ability to also be the writers of history, the recorders of history, and be a part of that process. And we don't often get to kind of see the history of like love and relationships and how it's changed over time in terms of what it took for people to find each other, to meet each other. And when I say relationships and love, I'm talking about like real partnerships where each member in the relationship feels fulfilled and feels honored and feels cherished. I think that that's a journey well worth recording, and a history that I would love to be able to look back on from 100 years from now, 200, 300 years from now. So I'm gonna maybe do some readings around that and just following that journey. The first card to come out was the Empress, which I love. And then we had a bunch of other cards, but I'm still gonna shuffle all over again because, yes. Oh my goodness. It's so sweet to see older dogs because it's so obvious that they're older, but they're just, they're so chill. And I do really have such an appreciation for them. And today, like a big old, he seems like he was a baby, even though he was huge. He was this huge like bulldog, maybe even a pit bull, like maybe a pit bull bulldog mix. And he was huge, like huge. And he came running towards me and I was like, oh my God. But it's funny because my gut was not afraid. My heart was racing, but in my gut, I was fine. And it's funny how like, that's one of those examples where it's like, your emotions are valid because they tell you how you feel, but how you feel is not reflective of the actual situation and like the safety level. How you feel is just how you feel, And so I felt a little nervous because my heart was racing. But I also didn't feel super nervous because my gut did not tell me that I was in danger. And it's funny because I've become really in tune with my gut recently. It's been like a development that started in Tulum, and it's been getting stronger over like the past month, maybe 2 months, maybe month and a half, because I've just noticed it and I've really paid attention to it. But yeah. Okay, so anyways, we have the Knight of Cups and Judgment, but I want to be intentional. So, all right, Spirit, so let's do this reading. You give us the cards, we will say the message. What is going on? Ooh. Okay, so we're looking at the soulmate journey. And when I say soulmate, I mean Spirit knows what I mean. I just mean life partner. So whoever you're meant to be with, they do not need to actually be a soulmate in terms of like actuality. They just need to be somebody who is right for you and who will support you and love you all life long. That's what we're looking for. True love. Doesn't matter what the title is. Okay, so we're starting off with the 8 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles is a common card recently, but 8 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. It's interesting because like what I want to say initially is that, what's interesting? I almost feel like this 3 of Pentacles describes like your spirit team, and I feel like the 8 of Wands is us. Like, I'll show you the cards. So this is I'm so excited for the butterflies to come back. But anyways, this is the 8 of Wands. Then we have the 3 of Pentacles. And then we have the 10 of Cups. Oh, I just saw my number, 919. Anyways, I feel like the 8 of Wands is coming through right now with the 3 of Pentacles, and it's like our spirit team right now is kind of working on how to align us. It's like, it almost kind of feels like we are at the place where like the golden ticket has been found almost. That's what it feels like. It feels like the golden ticket's been found, And now what is necessary is like us filling in our own block. It's almost like our spirit team is waiting. It's kind of like, I kind of feel like we're in a period right now where like it's our move, and I don't mean just our side. I mean also like your person's side. Like it's the incarnating being's move. Like we go through different periods, right? Like we go through a period where you're kind of just having to wait as your spirit team helps and figures things out, or as spirit does something, or as the divine, as God moves for you, as God moves you. And then you have different periods where it's your turn to take action. I feel like we're actually in a period where it's our turn to take action. And I feel like our spirit team has filled in this coin, which we could not see. It's what we weren't aware of. It's what we needed help with on both sides. And they've done this work, and now it's like our turn for us to fill in our own blocks. And it's moving us towards this 10 of Cups. But with this 8 of Wands, I think that I'm not sure if we've realized yet that it's our move, or I'm not sure if we've realized yet that we are capable of doing what needs to be done. Like there's almost this like helpless feeling, but it's only like feeling helpless. Like I just heard this song, I get overwhelmed. It's only overwhelming because you think that we're making it overcomplicated. There's a little bit of an overthinking happening, and it's making us hold our intuition with anxiety. When in actuality, what we need to do is something that can be done intuitively. Like it's almost like there's like a bit of a chaos, and you can see this tornado. It's like a hurricane energy where it's kind of chaotic and you don't know what's going on, and it's kind of scary. And you feel overwhelmed, you feel shaky, you feel like you can't handle it. But in actuality, it's just as simple as putting your intention, as setting your intention. Like all of these, if you consider the wand that she's holding in her hand, all of the other wands around it are duplicates of that one wand. It's like Baby Jack in The Incredibles 2. When there's a duplicate or a clone of something, they all follow what the main one, what the origin does. And you're holding the origin. So while it looks like there's all of these uncontrollable wands, they're actually just standing there. They're just like floating there still in the air, waiting for her to make a move. But she's looking at all of them being like, oh my God, what do I do with all of these things? All these things, like totally overthinking it. And what's missing here actually is air energy. Yeah, I was gonna say there's air energy that's missing. We need logic. There's a little bit of logic missing here, because logic would ground you in realizing, wait a minute, let's look at this situation straight from our mental mind. What makes sense here? You're holding this thing in your hand. You have all of these other tools that are being used to help you kind of multitask, have your hands in many baskets. These tools are not going to work against you. They're replicas of what you're holding, which means they are going to follow what you do. You're in charge here. You choose to be in chaos, or you choose to be at peace. You choose to be calm. There's this energy of our spirit team kind of waiting for us to realize that there's nothing to be afraid of. And that like the hard work is kind of over. Like there's almost, like even with this energy of them like staring at the painting and watching the paint dry, there's this energy of them just kind of waiting on us to figure out or realize that there's nothing, that we're overthinking it. Like we're totally overthinking it. It's like you don't need to let paint dry or watch paint dry. Just fill it in. You know what I mean? Like it feels like the answer is something simple. And meanwhile, like everybody else is kind of like, but it's kind of relaxed energy. It's not judgmental. It's a relaxed energy where they're just kind of waiting on you to figure it out. But there's no rush, because it almost feels like we are right on time. But I want to understand what it is that, like, what is this? Can you give us more about this 8 of Wands and this 3 of Pentacles? I don't feel like we're getting to the 10 of Pentacles just yet. 10 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, there is this, it's a slow energy. It's like this energy of like taking your time, like watching paint dry. And they're all just kind of waiting. And it almost feels a bit idyllic. Like, it's almost like feeling like we need to have all these other things figured out first so that we can feel safe taking this next step. Like, this needs to be solved, this needs to be reconciled, this needs to be healed, this needs to make sense first before I can go and paint this in. I need to understand what the full picture is going to end up looking like before I paint in my portion. And so there's kind of this slow moving energy, and it's like you're moving so slow because you have your eyes so focused on what you're going to offer, what you're going to bring to the table. It's funny because usually the thing is it's usually switched. Like, what it usually is that people are so focused on like, how are you going to serve me? How are we going to work together? How are you going to add to my life? Blah, 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 blah. This time we're really focused on, how am I going to add to your life? How am I going to contribute to making your life better? How am I going to serve you? And with that energy, there's this slowness because you're wanting to make sure that you really are offering something great, that you are really bringing your full self to the table, and that your full self is worthy. But there's this energy of, that's where the problem is, because you should not be questioning whether your full self would be worthy. Of course you're worthy. Of course you're good enough. Of course, come as you are. You know, there's a reason why that phrase exists. Come as you are. There's a reason why nobody's perfect exists. It's not supposed to be perfect. And you're not supposed to have it all figured out. Like, if you have your entire life figured out by the time you meet your partner, what are they there for? You know, everybody and everything in your life is supposed to add to your life and help you grow and teach you things and contribute. You're not supposed to have everything understood and everything figured out. And so there's this need to get in control by letting go of this obsessiveness of order. There's like too much of a like trying to be in order, trying to be in line, trying to be super organized. And there's this thing of your spirit team being like, it's kind of supposed to be messy. It's supposed to be a little bit shaky. It's supposed to be kind of wonky and weird. You're not supposed to have it all together. You're human. You guys are supposed to meet, and you're supposed to still have things to work on, still have things to grow with, still have problems, still have baggage. Everybody has baggage. Everybody has things that they're carrying with them. You're aware of that, and that's the point. You're aware that that's not their responsibility to heal, and that's the point. You have the awareness, you have the compassion, you have the gratitude, and the thankfulness and the appreciation for what others contribute to your life, but also what you bring to their life, and also that you are perfectly whole on your own, but also that you also feel whole with them. Like, you have all of that. You have what you need. Like, you have what you need. Oh my God, I was like, what is that? I didn't realize that was literally a thing. Okay. So, what do we need to do to get to the point where we are filling in these pentacles? What can we do on both sides? Because we must be mirroring each other. What can we do? What are like the practical steps? The devil. The devil. Hold on. What came to mind was the phrase, let go of your desires, or like release your desires. Like, there's a need for a release. Like, there's a need to like kind of blow off steam. because it's almost like there's like too much tension right now. There's like so much tension, and where like all of your energy is like it's like channeled directly into this like seduction, or into this like this tease, or into this like the potential of something, but it's not it, and it's just like a mounting energy with no release. It's like, and like, not to be like crude, but imagine if you were just constantly being like seduced but never actually getting the relief that you desire. It would be too much, and eventually it would be painful. Eventually it would turn into anger. Eventually it would turn into frustration. There's a bit of a frustration energy here, and it's because there's just too much focus on the potential, on the possibility, on the desire. And it's like there's something that needs to be released so that you can realize it's not a big deal. There's something that needs to be experienced so that you can realize that it's actually like you can handle this, and yes, it's great, but also like it's not that big of a deal. Like it's just like there just needs to be this pressure taken off. There's like a need to release the pressure. I almost feel like you need to like go have fun. Like there's like it's so funny, but I almost feel like, like I feel like there's a need to kind of go out, have fun. Like maybe this is like going for drinks with friends. Maybe this is going to a party. Maybe this is like, I feel like there's a need to get a little messy. That is so funny to me, but it's like, that's literally what I'm feeling like. I feel like you need to get kind of messy. Like I feel like you need to get, I don't want to say you need to get drunk, but you need to like go have fun. Like, and like with this Eight of Pentacles, I really am feeling like there's a need to like mix your potions, like mix your drinks, and like be safe, be careful. Obviously, if you're not a drinker, then don't apply this to drinking, but maybe this is, you need to go out and just shift the perspective. That's what the card was for today. You need to switch it up, do something different, do something that gets you out of your comfort zone, but not in a way where like, oh, I'm challenging myself, and like it doesn't need, it's kind of like you need to do something that's not productive, because that's actually the most productive thing for you. Like what would you do if you were just like young and like in your early 20s and were like just balling out of control, just spending money and having fun? Like that's kind of the energy that you need to bring into your life. It's kind of like a fun student, like just like night out on the town energy. That's what's needed, because it's gonna bring this like lightheartedness, and it's gonna bring this release that's very much so needed. And then we have the Empress here again. Yeah, like I think you just need to go have fun. Like you need to blow off some steam. Whatever you do to blow off steam is exactly what you need to do, because you've been too serious and too focused. And it's not delaying you, but it is taking up too much time. Like you've just gotten too serious. You need to go have fun. That's literally what it is. Like with this Devil, it's funny, but that's literally what they're like. You need to give in to your desires. You need to give in to being young and alive, and the human experience in all of its modes. Go have a drink. Whatever is equivalent to that for you, when it comes to just letting off steam and having a good time, that's what you need to go do. Go dancing, go do karaoke, go do singing. Okay. And then we have the Empress here, Three of Pentacles. This Ten of Cups I haven't gotten to yet, because I don't feel like we're there yet. But then we have the Page of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Swords. I feel like we're just like, it's almost like this energy of being like too mature, like when you're quite young. It's like this energy of like, you're at like the beginning of a new story, of a new chapter, of a new book in your life. but you're coming in like immediately as the Queen of Swords. You're coming in immediately as like this very grown, very adult, very mature energy. And that's great in terms of, because you're a master already, and because you know what you want and you're ready for what you want. But you need, like, there's a reason why the Page exists. There's a reason why the Fool exists. There's a reason why the Knight exists. But mostly the Page, like, there's a reason why that dreamy energy exists, why the Sevens exist, why the incomplete energies exist, because there's magic there. There's magic in the unknown, in the darkness, in the undeveloped, in the incomplete. And there's a need to go reach back into that kind of youthful novice energy, because there's like it's like you need something fun. Like, you've got everything serious that you need, and you've got all the spiritual, and you've got all of that, but you're missing like a bit of like fire. Like, you're just missing a bit of passion. You're missing a bit of exhilaration. You're missing a bit of like adventure and excitement and just like youthfulness. Like, it's like teenage energy. That's what you need. That's what's needed right now. And there's this feeling, like, I don't know if, like, when you hear that, because you're in this like Queen of Swords energy where you're very serious and you know what you want and you've got your life plan and blah blah blah, like, that might be triggering, because it's like, well, then it feels like you're like giving up all of your work, or or like it's self-sabotage, or it's not meaningful, or whatever. We have a lot of like these ideas around what's meaningful spiritually and what's not, what's superficial, what's all of that, and what's all of this. But everything that exists is spiritual, and everything exists for a reason. Everything has its balance. Everything is a spectrum. So there are ways in which party culture and drinking and going out and flirting and all these things can be toxic and can be superficial. And there are other ways where it can be very spiritual, and it can be very fun, and it can be very good and nourishing for the soul. And all of that is needed to round out this fulfillment of this manifestation that you want. You need all of this energy. You can't just have the serious stuff. You need everything. There's a need of, like, it's self-sabotaging to be too serious. You need to go out and have fun, and particularly there's this energy of going out with people, going out with friends, going out for some drinks, going out and just having a good time. Like, there's a need to kind of just go out and party. That is really what the energy is. It's so funny that that's literally what's but that's what's coming through, if you ask me. Like, that is literally what I'm sensing. Okay, so do you want to talk more about this, like, Empress or Queen of Wands? Yeah, like, it's just time for a bit of a party. Like, let's go crazy. Because I also think that you need to see, like, you need to witness yourself in, like, the party girl state to witness how you've evolved as a whole. And sorry to say girl, because this is for everybody, but the party person state, you need to witness yourself as that person. You need to witness yourself during the nighttime in that energy that's more dark and, sexy and mysterious and not devious, but like a little bit. You need to witness yourself in that energy, because you need to see the way that you've evolved. Because there's like a lack of trust in yourself, and feeling like who you are when you're in that state is like low vibrational. There's this feeling like that's what you associate with yourself. But you're not low vibrational. And even if you are, like, whatever, like, low vibrational gets such a bad rep, but you're not a bad person, and you're not superficial. And there's also nothing wrong with the superficial. Like, there are many reasons why the superficial exists too. But anyways, like, there's nothing wrong with who you are when you're partying and when you're having a good time and you're letting loose. And there's a need to honor that part of yourself. And I think that is where you might end up connecting with this person, or with some energy that's going to lead you closer to this person. It's connected to you letting loose. It's connected to you having fun. It's connected to you having a good time. I really do think that you need to have a drink. I think that is so funny, but I literally think you need to have a drink. And this is for me too. Like, I was like on this wave of like, I'm not drinking anymore, and I started that in August because I had like this really bad like blackout experience. But I think this message is for me too. And it's not Spirit being like, go get drunk and become an alcoholic, but they're just saying like, you need to let loose. You need to let loose. And it's almost because like, you need to be approachable. I feel like you need to be approachable, and there's something about our energy right now that's just like really serious. Even though we might not be trying to be so serious, it's just a serious energy because you know what you want. And that is very commendable and very respectful, and Spirit loves that for us. But they're also like, your person needs to feel safe enough to come and talk to you, not feel so scared and so intimidated that they don't come and say anything to you because your energy is so like, whoa, that they just feel like they're not even worthy. They need to feel worthy. And so you need to let down some of these guards, which are up, it's not like, there's nothing negative here. It's just this idea of you just literally need to let loose. It's just a little bit too tight. You just need to let go a little bit. Just have some fun. Just remember that you're also like, yes, you're a soul. Yes, you're a spirit on a mission and blah, 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 blah. But you're also just a human being. And if it's a Friday night, you just need to go out and have fun. Like, that's really what this is all about. It's not supposed to be super serious. It's supposed to just be a good time. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. Then we have, Yeah, like there's just this energy of leaving the work at home. Leave the work at home. Yeah, leave the work at home. Go have fun. Like, it's actually really funny. Like this, it's just the same message again and again. Leave the work at home. Go have fun. Go out. Go out. Go outside. Go out. Go socialize. Go have fun. Go talk to people. Go have a drink. Go out. Go to a bar. Go out. You need to go out and have fun. And you don't need to go out with the intention of meeting somebody or anything like that. You just need to go out with the intention of having fun. That's literally what is the most important thing. Wish I could go back and hold your hand and we go. Okay, what about this 10 of Cups? Whoa, I don't think we need all that, but we will take this. The 4 of Swords. There's this energy of like trusting that your dreams are being received. Trusting that your dreams have been received. Trusting that they've heard you. Like there's a little bit too much anxiety around making sure that you've been heard by the universe. Making sure that you've been heard by your spirit guides. And like the answer is yes, we've heard you. Like you don't, like there are certain manifestations where we dream about them so often that it's very, very clear, and it's not something that is going to be forgotten by or abandoned by the universe because we're not thinking about it every day. Those are the manifestations where you've been dreaming about it since you were a kid. So the universe knows that this is something that you want, and they are going to continue to always try and manifest it for you because it was solidified long ago that this is something that's very important to you. And there's this energy around there's that energy around the 10 of Cups. Like it's very, very clear to us that this is your desire, that this is one of your biggest dreams, that this is something that you really, really want for yourself. You don't need to prove this anymore. Like sometimes we spend so much energy trying to manifest our deepest desires that we like really live in the energy and we think about it all the time and we're always considering how we can get closer and blah, blah, blah. And there's this energy of like almost needing to like stop thinking about it, surrender. And I know that is incredibly hard because it's almost like you're constantly getting conflicting messages of like, dream, dream, desire, desire. Oh, surrender your desires. Forget about it. Stop thinking about it. Blah, blah, blah. But because there's a little bit of an obsessive energy now and like an overwhelmed energy around this manifestation, your spirit guides kind of just want to take some weight off of your shoulders and be like, okay, like it's been received. This is not, you don't need to worry about this being about us forgetting, or like about the universe not, or thinking that you're not serious about it anymore, or like because you're thinking about something else. Like that's not going to happen. It's very, very obvious that this is something that you really want, and that it will always be something that you really want, and none of us are going to forget that, because it's probably a part of your like soul mission, right? So there's no need to obsess about it anymore. Like you can rest your heart, rest your weary heart. Like just chill, honestly. And that's why I feel like they're also like, go out and have a drink, because you literally need to go, like, I'm sorry, but you like might need to literally go get drunk. Like you need to go to a cute restaurant, get dressed up, feel really good, go to a party, have a drink, like go have fun. You need to go have fun, because you need to have your mind off of this. And unfortunately, I really do feel like there is a substance that needs to be involved. Like the spirits need to come and take your mind off of this. I don't think there's really any other way. So I think you just need to get like let loose. And if that feels superficial to you, then yeah, you need to be superficial. That's literally what is required. That is your next step. Go be superficial. Go party, go have a drink, go have a couple drinks. Be safe, be responsible. Don't drink if you don't drink, obviously. But whatever that equivalent is for you, you need to go do that. Go play video games, go to a shooting range, go hiking, and go, but not if it's like gonna be like spiritually productive. Like you need to let go of all that for a minute and really be in the 3D. Wow, the 5 of Swords is really coming through again. There's also this feeling of like, we don't want you to grow into like an isolated creature where you never have friends and you never have community. Like it's very important that you have people, that you have your people, that you have people that aren't just like your spiritual people and blah, 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 but you have friends that you can just go have fun with. We want that for you. We want you to be connected. We want you to have partnerships. We want you to have those relationships in your life. We want you to have fun. There's this energy of we want you to go and be able to have fun. Go out. We want you to not be so focused on your growth and your your desires and your intelligence and whatever, and your knowledge and your enlightenment, that you forget to live and you forget to be with people and you forget to be a part of life. Like, don't forget to be a part of life. Don't be isolated. Don't grow into this isolated, cold queen. This is where the Queen of Swords, it is important to keep in mind that you can become cold and distant and lonely with no friends, because you're too focused on enlightenment and you're too focused on your soulmate and blah, 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 and all these things that are really just elusive concepts until they are grounded in reality. And in order for them to be grounded in reality, you need to be grounded in reality. Go out. Go have fun. Stop thinking about this. And I'm speaking to myself too. It's hard to hear. It's hard to hear because it's like, but I thought blah, 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 blah. But no. Okay? They're telling you exactly what it is. You need to go have fun. Whatever that is for you, go do it. But it's almost this energy of this is not something you go out and you do alone, which is really where the challenge comes in. You need to go out with friends. You need to go on a date. You need to go talk to people. You need to go socialize. You need to bring social energy into your life. I know it's hard. I too am a hermit. I know that this is hard for me to hear. I'm like, I don't want to go on a date. Like, I don't want to. But there is this need, because you need to break this like cycle. There's a little bit of like, that's why all the same cards keep coming out. It's a bit of a Groundhog's Day. Like, you're going to keep experiencing the same things until you get out of this pattern of being isolated and just on your growth, on your self growth journey, whatever. Go talk to people, go engage with other human beings, go be a part of the world, go have fun. Okay? I'm sorry. I know, this isn't exactly what I want to hear either, but it is what it is. This is what we have to do. I know your friends don't even understand. Just download a dating app and just like start talking to people. If you don't find somebody that you want to go on a date with, that's okay. But download the app. Yeah. Because you need to start filling your cup and feeling desired. You need to feel stimulated. You need to feel excited. You need to feel creative. And all of that energy comes when you're dating and when you're socializing, when you're connected to other people. It's time to no longer be isolated. It's time to go rejoin community. Your community. People who are just like you, learning, growing, trying to have fun, trying to meet people, trying to be a part of the world. I know your friends don't even understand. Yeah, like, I think you need to go dancing, go listen to music, just go have a good time, go have fun. Go express yourself. Wear something really cute. Like, go out during the night. I can't believe I'm just telling you guys to go out and party. That's really the energy, though. Yeah, it's going to fill your cup in ways you can't imagine. You're not going to be able to see why this is so important, but it is. And it's also fixing some type of trauma around, like, partying for you. Around like celebration and around like convening with others. Like there's some type of trauma that's being healed here around like parties and like celebrations. You need to refill that cup of yours. Reconnect to celebratory, lighthearted, playful, fun, youthful party energy. Become reconnected to that. All right. And have a glass of wine. Okay. I think that's literally the reading. I know your friends don't even understand. And listen to music that's like lighthearted. Look at where we're ending. With the Lovers and the Queen of Pentacles, who was also coming out. It's a lot of the same cards. It's the same message. I'm gonna just shuffle for a card from the Angels Oracle Ancestors deck. What's it called? Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. Okay. What is going on? What is going on? Dream and journey. Shift your perception. There might be hints in your dreams as to what it is that you need to loosen up around. Where you need to go have fun. It is a bit of like this lighthearted energy that is connected to masculine. Like the way that certain, like around, like a lot of the stereotype with men is like they're able to like punch each other and then move on, right? Like there's that kind of lighthearted energy that's kind of needed. That's kind of needed. Not taking things too seriously. Trust your instincts. Track down your fears and desires. Bask in joy and light. Yeah. Hunter. I'm so surprised that people aren't like burning up in those jackets. I'm hot. Dream and journey. Yeah, because like, what is it about having fun that scares you? It's almost like if you're not serious, then you're not going to be able to find your partner. You're not going to be deserving of them, or like there's like something around like not being worthy if you're having fun, if you're like having a good time and you're not thinking about that. Like you're almost like your mind always has to be on it, or else it's not going to find you. And that's just not the case. And that's also not logical. There's a need for some logical energy. You've got to loosen up. Do you want your relationship to just be all the time serious, or do you want something that's fun and playful? Most of us want to find somebody that's like a best friend that you can play with, that you can laugh with, that you can fart around, that you can be embarrassed around, or that you can do things that would normally embarrass you, but around them you feel safe. That's playful, that's lighthearted energy. You need to bring that into your own life on your own. And in that energy, you might find them. Because what you need to do, they usually need to do. So you guys might end up going to the same place. Shit. Or you just might receive something that brings in a new level of understanding, or just takes you to a different place and brings you closer. We're just trying to get closer and closer. That's all you can do. You don't know when you're going to reach the finish line. You don't know where the finish line is. But if you just keep moving, and hopefully moving in a direction that really serves your highest and greatest good, and in this case, that direction is in a party direction, then you're good. And that's all that really matters. So I think that is the reading for today. That is our journey for life partners. And thanks for listening. Bye.